If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you know what it means to be called a citizen. If not, then that's okay. In fact, the term citizen can have many different branches to its definition, but almost all of them come back to these roots right here. A citizen is a member of a city, state, country, or commonwealth who as an individual is entitled to the right to live, vote, and enjoy other privileges there. Now that sounds pretty familiar, right? Okay, great. Because for those of you who are wondering what exactly Apecoin might be, that definition right there gives us a pretty good starting point. In this video, we're going to go over exactly what Apecoin is, what purpose it serves, and its use within the ape ecosystem. Although they should have called it the jungle, bit of a missed opportunity if you ask me. Anyway, we'll also be covering the Ape Foundation's role in Apecoin, as well as your privileges as a community member holding Apecoin, which, hint hint, includes staking. Let's begin. Apecoin is essentially a tool through which you and I can access voting rights, special privileges, and rewards within the ape ecosystem. Being an ERC20 token, Apecoin operates on Ethereum's blockchain and is secured by Ethereum's current proof-of-work consensus algorithm, soon to be proof-of-stake. Launched in March of 2022, Apecoin, released by the Ape Foundation, is a governance and utility token that acts as the lifeblood of the ape ecosystem. The total supply is fixed at 1 billion tokens with no ability to increase or decrease the supply through the process of minting new or burning existing tokens. Initially, the circulating supply starts at 277.5 million, which is 27.75% of the maximum 1 billion tokens that will ever exist, with the rest consistently dripped into the ecosystem over a period of 48 months. The Ape Foundation claims that their token, along with the ecosystem it powers, will be the future home to a variety of games, services, and applications that will pioneer the way to a decentralized Web 3.0 and culture-driven metaverse. Now that's a bold and somewhat ambiguous claim, but if anyone can do it, why not the team at Yuga Labs, the creators of the most popular NFT collection on the market, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. The Ape Foundation was established for the purposes of furthering the development of Apecoin and its ecosystem. That doesn't exactly sound decentralized now, does it? But wait, it goes further. Within the Foundation, there exists a special council nicknamed The Board, whose purpose is to represent the ecosystem's DAO and provide oversight on the actions of the Foundation's administrators. What's a DAO, you ask? A DAO, short for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is a popular term in cryptocurrency that refers to a structure that allows all of the citizens within a community to gather and propose ideas on the future direction of a project. Those ideas are then voted on by the community, and successful votes are taken and implemented, effectively removing control from one central authority and placing the decision-making burden on the group in an effort to achieve a level of democracy. Now that we've established that, the whole purpose of the board is to administer DAO proposals and serve the vision of the community. As quoted by the Foundation, the DAO is critical to building and managing a globally dispersed community and the success of the ape ecosystem. The board, as they're known, is responsible for day-to-day administration, bookkeeping, project management, and other tasks within the ape ecosystem. They ensure that the community's ideas have the support they need to become a reality. On the screen is a list of the initial board members who are appointed by the Ape Foundation to serve the first term, a period of 6 months. After the first 6 months, community members holding Apecoin, otherwise known as DAO members, will be able to vote annually on new board members for the next, what will be, year-long term. This process continues, and DAO members can also propose a vote to remove or replace a board member at any time. To essentially become a citizen in what is now known as the ape ecosystem, you need to get your hands on some Apecoin tokens. Because of that, you may just be curious as to how the distribution of Apecoin is scheduled to play out. Well, the distribution, set by the Foundation, is spread out over 4 main groups established during the March 2022 launch. The distribution is as follows. 16% of the token supply is set to be given to the creators of Bored Ape Yacht Club and the ape ecosystem at Yuga Labs, with a portion also reserved for donations to the Jane Goodall Legacy Foundation. The 150 million tokens for Yuga Labs will be locked for 12 months following launch, and then released on a schedule of just over 4.1 million tokens per month for 36 months. Presumably, these tokens will be used for salaries and bonuses. The remaining 10 million tokens will be given to the Jane Goodall Legacy Foundation, whose link will be in the description. They are a charity dealing in humanitarian and environmental programs that also aid in the conservation of chimpanzees and their related habitats. These tokens will also be under lockup for 12 months, followed by a 36-month release schedule of 277,000 tokens per month. The next group will be launch contributors or private investors, who will be receiving 14% of the token supply under 3 different release schedules. The first being 85 million tokens, which is broken down into 10 million at launch, 25 million after 6 months, 25 million after 12 months, and finally 25 million after 18 months. The second being 25 million tokens, which are under lockup for 12 months, then 757,000 tokens unlocked per month for 33 months, and lastly, 30 million tokens, which are under lockup for 12 months, and then 833,000 tokens unlocked per month for 36 months. These tokens will be for whatever the private investors desire. The third group is allocated 8% of the token supply, and this group consists of the 4 founders of wayyy and Yuga Labs, 80 million tokens in total, initially locked up for 12 months, and then 2.2 million tokens unlocked per month for 36 months. The fourth and final group is the Ape Ecosystem Fund, receiving the lion's share at 62% of all tokens. This includes 150 million tokens up for grabs at launch by holders of wayyy and wayyy NFTs. 470 million of that allocation is put directly into the DAO Treasury, which supports community-driven initiatives as voted on by the Apecoin holding DAO members. Of that 470 million, 117.5 million became available to the Treasury at launch, and the remaining 352.5 million is to be unlocked in 7.3 million token intervals every month for 48 months following launch. The tokens from all four groups have release schedules ending around the end of Q1 in 2026, taking just about 4 years to be fully released. An interesting thing to note is that after the first 12 months, the circulating supply will be increasing by just over 23 million tokens every month, plus a couple of drops of 25 million as previously mentioned. If you're listening closely, you might have heard that 150 million tokens were reserved for NFT holders. Now that's a lot of tokens. So what if you had owned a wayyy or wayyy NFT? Or what if you were to buy one that hadn't yet claimed its tokens? Well, this is what you'd be eligible for. Beginning at launch, Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT holders can claim 10,094 tokens per NFT, which was worth an average of around $120,000 within the first week of launch. Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFT holders can claim 2,042 tokens per NFT, worth an average of $24,500 within the first week of launch. Holders of both types of NFTs are also able to pair any Bored Ape Kennel Club NFT with their existing ape and receive an extra 856 tokens, worth just over $10,000 within the first week of launch. It's important to note, these amounts must be claimed within 90 days of launch and can only be claimed once per NFT. An NFT checker is available on the Apecoin website to determine whether or not an NFT has claimed its tokens. Any unclaimed tokens at the end of the 90-day window are to be sent to the Coinbase custody wallets that make up the Ape Ecosystem Fund. On behalf of the Foundation, the board, under direction from the DAO, uses the Ecosystem Fund, which is controlled by a multi-sig wallet to pay its expenses. In short, a multi-sig wallet is a more secure type of wallet that requires more than one security key to send the funds. As a citizen within the Ape ecosystem, you can rest easier knowing that the big war chest of Apecoin to be used for development is more secure. While security is great, what are the benefits of being an Apecoin holder, a citizen within the Ape ecosystem? I mean, we've covered the governance aspect. You get to vote in the DAO on the future direction of the project. That's cool, but what else is there? Diving deeper, the Ape Foundation provides a few more benefits associated with the Apecoin token within the ecosystem. Apecoin is touted as providing unification of spend. What this means is that currently and in the future, instead of using multiple currencies, the goal of Apecoin is to give all users of the metaverse one central currency that can be used without middlemen taking a cut of your transactions. Apecoin is also set to provide access to certain parts of the ecosystem that would otherwise be unavailable, such as exclusive games, merchandise, events, and even services, effectively acting as your metaverse membership pass. Last but not least, Apecoin will be used as a tool for third-party developers to participate in the ecosystem by incorporating Ape into the previously mentioned services, games, and other projects. The Ape Foundation itself will also be offering the option to stake your Apecoin. Now, I've looked into it. The returns have the potential to be quite sizable, and we'll be going over that in just a moment. But first, I want to say, if you've enjoyed the video so far, it would mean the world to me if you gave the video a like. While you take the second required to do so, the me that spent hours planning and making this video, thanks you. Now, let's continue. In the spirit of truly operating through a DAO, the Ape Foundation laid out 5 initial proposals to be voted upon that lay the groundwork for the future of Apecoin and its ecosystem. I'm definitely still calling it the jungle, by the way. These proposals include the guidelines for the DAO, the voting process, and how staking will come into effect. Here I'm going to summarize each proposal, but I'll leave a link in the description for a more in-depth look at each one if that's something that interests you. Starting with Ape Improvement Proposal number 1, AIP1 for short. This proposal outlines the whole concept of the DAO, AIPs, and voting. Interesting takeaways include AIPs can be submitted by anyone, but they have to be approved by a moderator before then undergoing a 7-day feedback window from the community, after which a full proposal draft must be created, a review by the Ape Foundation's project management team must be completed, and then it needs more approval from moderators and administrative staff before it becomes eligible for a live vote of the community. This proposal also states that the Ape Foundation will incur costs, including initial setup of the DAO, $2 million plus $150,000 in legal fees, $1,500 a month for a discussion platform, and $125,000 per board member for their 6-month term, totaling just under $21,000 a month in salary. Moving on, Ape Improvement Proposal number 2 outlines the voting process and how Apecoin holders will be able to vote on proposals with the options of in favor and against. In favor, meaning the proposal should be implemented, keyword exactly as is, and against, meaning no, the author should make changes to the current proposal. AIP3 provides some transparency of the first year budget for the Ape ecosystem, where up to 3.2% of the ecosystem fund will be used for game development, up to 1.2% of the fund will be used for events, up to 0.8% will be used for merch production, up to 0.5% will be used for marketing and education efforts, and up to 0.3% of the ecosystem fund will be used for an Apecoin NFT marketplace. This totals up to 6% of the ecosystem fund. The thought behind using only 6% of the fund is to prepare the groundwork for the Apecoin ecosystem while also saving funds for spending in the future. And here's where we get into staking. AIP4 unveils that the idea behind staking is to increase ecosystem engagement. It outlines the idea of even being able to stake your NFTs while still allowing them to be tradable. This includes all Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and Bored Ape Kennel Club NFTs. To do this, your NFT will not have to be staked itself, but you'll have to, as the owner, stake a certain amount of Apecoin to a staking pool. This Apecoin will act as a security deposit key for each NFT you wish to stake. Only Apecoin will ever actually be staked within the ecosystem, and it can still be used for accessing the DAO while staked. NFTs will take on the status of committed once an owner has Apecoin staked in its place. Now, time for the juiciest proposal of them all, AIP5, which outlines what can be expected as someone who wishes to stake within the ecosystem. It states that the ability to stake will initially only be planned for 3 years. Further ability to stake will presumably be decided by the community in the DAO. There will be 3 periods, each lasting 1 year. 17.5% of the total supply is reserved for staking, and this will come out of the ecosystem fund, totaling 175 million tokens. In the first year, 100 million tokens will be awarded. In the second year, 50 million tokens will be awarded. And in the third year, 25 million tokens will be awarded. Staking will be available to the community by committing your assets to one of 4 pools. Each pool reflects the type of asset you are staking and the amount of tokens you will be able to earn. The first year's 100 million tokens will be broken down like this. If you only stake Apecoin without committing it to an NFT, this pool will be eligible to earn a total of 30 million tokens. If you stake Apecoin by committing a base C NFT, this pool will be eligible to earn 47.1 million tokens over the course of the year. If you stake Apecoin by committing a Mace C NFT, this pool will be eligible to earn 19 million tokens over the course of the year. And if you stake Apecoin by committing a base C or Mace C NFT plus a Bored Ape Kennel Club NFT, you will also earn tokens from the bonus pool, offering 3.8 million tokens over the course of the year. At the time of launch and recording this video, staking is not yet live. The AIP proposal that introduces staking mentions that, once approved, the process of implementing staking could take anywhere from 16 to 20 weeks, perhaps longer. If you're seeing this video within that time frame, you still have time to take full advantage of the first year's staking rewards mentioned here. If not, no worries. The second, third, and beyond year's reward allocations will be decided by asset floor prices come time of that period. That about sums it up. If you made it this far, you now have a pretty good idea of what Apecoin is all about and the ecosystem it strives to help build. There was a fun fact I wanted to mention though. The creators, Yuga Labs, gifted the Ape Foundation a special 1-of-1 NFT, which takes the form of a spinning 3 Apecoin, the one you'll see on their website. Why did they do this? I don't know, but it was mentioned that as an Apecoin DAO member, you'll have a say as to how it's used, so take that for what you will. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.